I was diagnosed with breast cancer while I was pregnant, and I found the lump when I was early pregnant. I was around 9 weeks pregnant, and I went to 2 doctors who told me that it was just pregnancy changes, but I'm actually a lactation consultant, and I just knew it wasn't normal. I knew it wasn't something that should be there, and so I requested an ultrasound. It was triple negative breast cancer. I was going to try to work, and my oncologist did not recommend that, and I'm so glad that she talked me out of it because that would have been impossible. The biggest challenge with having cancer and being a mom was just knowing that my children were going to be taken care of, and not knowing at the beginning of my cancer diagnosis where we were going. If I was still going to be here, if my kids were going to have been taught enough by me. And I was going to try not to cry, but I knew that all the people that were involved in our lives, that they were going to be taken care of. So I knew that if something happened to me, that my doctors, my family, and the Helene Foundation were going to be here for my family. They weren't just going to drop my family if something were to happen to me. And so every time I was put in the hospital, when we had Madeline, they always sent a little gift, a little note, and it meant a lot to our family. It meant a lot to the kids, and they're always happy to get that letter. They always see the little Helene Foundation stamp, and they always run in, they sent us something, and it's been a relief to me knowing that some of my biggest worries I didn't have to worry about. I was newly married when I got diagnosed. We had been married for 6 months, so this is my second marriage. And something in my heart just told me that we needed to have a child quickly. I was like, I don't know. I have 2 older kids. I didn't want them to be any further apart than they were already going to be. And we got pregnant fairly quickly in February of 2018. And I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 months later. It was difficult, it was scary, and once we knew the baby was going to be okay, it was a lot less scary. But it was hard on my marriage, and unfortunately, in February he left, and that's been really hard on me and the kids, but we're becoming even stronger. So I think we're doing okay, pulling together. Having the Helene Foundation in our lives has been such a blessing. It's a foundation that really focuses on moms and taking stress off of them when they have cancer and when they're in treatment. And so it did that. They absolutely took some stress off of our family. They got in touch with me and they just said, what can we help with? And so they sent Schwann's food every other week. And it was something that I could heat up really quickly on the stove or in the oven and not even think too much about it. I just put it in there, walked away, and it's great food. They helped with things for my kids for school, so school supplies. That was really helpful. Laundry is something, I was able to clean the laundry and get it into a basket, but then folding it was, if you're on chemo, it seems silly because it's such an easy thing to do, but even just having my arms up folding a laundry basket would take all my energy away. So they found someone to come help us every week to fold laundry. The Helene Foundation really does so much. It is just a wonderful thing. And so every time I see that somebody is donating, I like to share it and I like to tell everybody about it. If someone has money to send to the Helene Foundation, it's guaranteed that it's going to a good place. I can't wait to start giving back to them.